Conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast that really is a prequel to Castaway. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and joining me, as always, is Anna Otto. How are you, Anna?
I've had a very emotional day, Dan.
Unpack. Explain.
The dog that I fostered for exactly one weekend was at the doggy daycare today, and I cried upon seeing her. Also, It's my last week at the doggy daycare, which is a little bit bittersweet. But other than that, I'm pretty good. I had some guacamole and queso not too long ago, which some might say, isn't that a little heavy to be eating at 8 o'clock at night? And I'd say, yes, I am going to regret this later, but it was good. How are you, Dan?
I'm good. I have my... it's been nice outside this weekend, so I was able to bicycle, which I like to do. And I say bicycle because I'm an elderly man, and saying bike is not enough syllables.
Dan, I've been thinking about bringing my bicycle back into my life.
Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. I biked 60 miles this weekend.
Okay, I'm thinking more like 2. I'm not trying to be crazy, Dan. You forget I'm weak.
I don't forget. I constantly remember.
You forget I literally just ate a bunch of queso because I can.
Also joining us today, I'm going to say live because it's live to us, not to you when you're hearing this, but live from beautiful Southern California. It is our returning guest, our first returning guest ever. Woo! Alex Langosch.
I did it.
You did it.
Welcome back, friend.
Hello. I also had an emotional day today.
Bless.
Unpack. Explain.
I was trying to get 5 stars on Come As You Are, the live version on Guitar Hero, and then I missed one of the last notes in the song.
Oh,
honestly,
no.
That's everything. You know, when I was little, my mom knitted me a fingerless glove that I used to wear while playing Guitar Hero.
Good Lord.
Specifically Freak on a Leash. That was my go-to.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's... You know, I would love to witness you being the singer for like a rock band or a Guitar Hero with your Wisconsin accent, singing Korn or like Down with the Sickness. Korn. Oh my God.
Come on, get down with this. I attended a Disturbed concert.
Yes. I think I'm going to need your best ooh-wah-ah-ah-ah.
I actually cannot do those kinds of things. This is gonna sound pretentious, but it's not good for my vocal cords, so my brain won't allow me to do it. Here,
sounds like you're scared.
Dan, I wasn't gonna say I'm scared. Just like with any muscle, one must warm up first. Was that good?
Sounded like a dying toad,
correct.
But it was closer.
Thank you. Anyway, my personal favorite Disturbed song is 10,000 Fists. It's pretty mainstream too, but let's carry on.
Alex, you brought it up. Now we have to hear your ooh-wah-ah-ah.
That sounded like you were clearing your throat.
Yeah, you were clearing your throat, starting your lawnmower.
Isn't that what he's doing? Isn't that what he's doing? He's clearing his throat to sing about how he got sick or something? I don't know. I haven't read the book.
Oh my God. Lucy, you haven't read the book? I can't. Alex, I've missed you. You're fun. You're good times.
That's why I'm the returning guest. Shade on all your other guests.
Also, because you asked to be on again.
No, they don't need to know that. We need to keep the veneer of show time and
the theater of the mind.
Yeah, exactly. We're not breaking the fourth wall here.
No.
Never broken a wall in my life.
I am following these two guys on TikTok who are kicking down the walls of their
I've
shed.
seen that.
It's very fun.
It is.
They do 2 kicks a day, basically. Anyway, the movie that we're talking about today is Joe Versus The Volcano. Released in 1990, directed and written by John Patrick Shanley, starring Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, Lloyd Bridges, Robert Stack, Abe Vigoda, Dan Hedaya, Barry McGovern, and Ossie Davis,
Meg Ryan 3 times,
and Nathan Lane,
and a cameo from Nathan Lane.
Okay, I must have missed that because I was like watching the movie and I went on the IMDb and it said Nathan Lane and I said where? Who? Name one time. But there was a point, I'm not gonna lie, I did get up at one point because my little pea brain was like, I gotta find my embroidery floss for a project I'm not currently working on. So I did excuse myself at one point and just listen from the other room. But I don't know. We'll see.
Released on March 9th, 1990 with a budget of $25 million. It made $39.4 million, so it actually did make money, despite its reputation. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an approval rating of 63%, and Roger Ebert gave it 3.5 out of 4, calling it new and fresh and not shy of taking chances.
I have something to say. I got something to say!
Please tread lightly.
Okay.
I don't know what
you guys' opinion. Do you not know that reference?
No, I just don't know what your guys' opinions are on this because it seems to be a very polarizing film.
I'll tell you this: when my mom asked me what movie I was watching, and I told her, and she went, "Ugh." But I'll also tell you, I love Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan in Sleepless in Seattle.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But why? Meg Ryan was beautiful in each character in this movie. However, I didn't like it. I felt like I was high the whole time. Well, there were parts of it that I liked. Okay, I will say that much. But there are also parts of it that I was like, Alex is about to get an earful tomorrow.
Do we have to repeat Blues Brothers 2000 where I go on a yelling rant?
God. Not quite as bad, because I love Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. But, also, I was going to say, Gage told me this is the only Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan film that didn't gross, like, over $100 million at the box office or something like that.
That is not surprising.
Yeah, this one's a little bit of a harder sell than, like,
cheesy
lovelorn, recently widowed man and woman trying to find him and love over the internet. No, let's sell this one. Man throws himself into volcano and woman comes along.
I also
billions of dollars.
I also would say I love Tom Hanks, and I would say I'm an avid fan. I feel like I've seen a lot of his movies, or I at least know a lot of movies he's been in. Mm-hmm. I had never heard of this movie before.
Yes, you have.
No,
you have heard
dead
of
ass. Never heard of it.
Because I mentioned it on the Sleepless in Seattle episode.
Really?
I did, because you were saying the other Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan movie, and I was like, there are two.
No.
Joe versus the Volcano. I had never seen it. I didn't know what it was about. I knew it was Tom Hanks and a volcano.
I absolutely blocked it out when you said that. Also, why were there so many Great Danes in this movie?
It probably something with John Patrick Shanley.
Metaphor
or something.
What's the metaphor? That all dogs are perfect beings? Because that's not a metaphor. That's just the truth.
One thing that I noticed while watching is I feel like I can tell when movies are written by playwrights.
Yes.
And this movie was definitely written by a playwright. Like, the amount of random monologues that are thrown in, they're delivered slightly off-center to camera, but they're basically delivered to camera. And I'm like, okay, John, you can calm down. It's a movie. You made Moonstruck. You know how to do this,
He wrote
sir.
Moonstruck. He didn't.
That's true. He did write it.
He also wrote and directed Doubt, which is a very different tone.
Very different.
Which is also a play.
Yes.
Yes.
And I also, like, literally when Gage said that he also did Doubt, I was like, what? Because, again, Meryl Streep.
Yes.
That's
I don't know, I
one
just
of the
was
two
saying-
actors.
Yes.
I will say though, like, yeah, it definitely feels like it's written by a playwright. At least it's filmed so it doesn't feel like it's just a stage adaptation that like a lot of plays
Yes.
that are made into movies just feel like you could have just seen it on stage and they don't add anything interesting to the actual filmed version.
Yeah.
I feel like Meg Ryan playing 3 different characters was fine, but that feels much more, again, like something you'd see in a play, whereas in a movie, why wouldn't you? Just, like, I get it for the 2, like, the half-sisters, but why didn't they just have somebody else play the secretary? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a theater thing, like, having one person play multiple roles.
Come see Stockard Channing as all 12 angry men.
No! Oh, God.
Dan, what are your initial thoughts? Because we know Anna was not a
Yeah.
huge fan.
Sorry,
Yes.
I just went on a rant there.
I really liked the first 2/3 of the movie.
Okay, so you're with Ebert then.
Yes, I am. I didn't like the ending. Basically, once the tribe was introduced,
Okay.
I was like, well, this feels wrong.
Thank you.
And also
I
not
said the
very
exact same
funny
thing.
either.
The second the tribe was introduced, I was very uncomfortable, and it is in my notes. I said this didn't age well.
Yeah.
At least
Like,
they're
anytime
not.
I see Nathan Lane, I'm already uncomfortable.
Wait.
And him in character.
Was he one of the people in the tribe?
Yeah, he was one of the
Nathan Lane was
Laponies.
in the background of every scene.
He
He
also
looked directly at the camera.
he was
No, he
also
didn't.
he also did like a dance or something or like saying
Yeah.
Okay, well, we all know I don't recognize actors. Apparently, I don't even recognize actors I like anymore, so that's great.
I will say the ending might have not aged well, but at least they were like an amalgamation of a bunch of different races. Like they were like part Jewish, part something else.
I think it has aged better than other ones because they're kind of explicitly supposed to be descendants of Ashkenazi Jews.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's a choice. they made a choice. It was different.
It was something.
I do think though, like I can see not enjoying the ending, but I will say Abe Vigoda is a delight always.
He is, yes. Before we get into the movie, I just want to say that John Patrick Shanley also wrote "We're Back," a dinosaurs story.
Oh
Yep,
yes, he
Gage
did.
mentioned that to me. I don't know
I've
what
never
that
heard
is.
of this before. I don't either.
Isn't it an
But
animated
Julia
film?
Child is one of the characters.
Wait, seriously?
Julia Child is, according to Wikipedia, she's one of the voices.
Awesome.
Like the chef?
Yeah. And, wait, what? And Jay Leno and Walter Cronkite.
I'll be looking into this. This is very fascinating.
Did they just
to
go
me.
into like the NBC studio? It was just
See
like,
who was
hey,
available?
Want to be in my dinosaur movie?
Yeah.
Sure, I'm on my lunch break. Why not?
So, anyway, Joe versus the Volcano.
I got something to say
mov-
already. At the beginning of this
Good, I
film,
didn't even start.
at the beginning of this film, I was absolutely horrified by Tom Hanks's hair, and when they cut it off later in the film, Gage and I both went, "Oh, thank goodness." So, okay, let's continue. I just wanted to touch on. Oh! Sorry.
More?
I just remembered something. So the costume designer, Colleen Atwood,
Uh-huh.
she's known for many, many wonderful Broadway shows. But you know what else she's known for?
Is she related to Margaret Atwood?
No. Maybe. I don't know. She designed the costumes for the Welcome to the Black Parade music video for
Oh.
My Chemical Romance. As well
That
as...
reads.
Yeah, as well as all the costumes for their Danger Days album music videos. But Welcome to the Black Parade, Colleen Atwood. Thank you. The end. Shout out to costume designers. They're important.
Well, if we're talking about designer, sorry, Dan, we're just going to not let you talk about any of this
Dan
movie.
never gets it's the Alex and Anna podcast. We call it Double A Battery.
The production designer, Bo Welch, and I do believe the production design is like one of the best parts of this movie too. I think he also does a lot of work with Tim Burton as well.
That reads also.
I mean,
especially in the
Colleen
beginning of the
Atwood does
movie.
as well. She did the costumes for Edward Scissorhands and Alice in Wonderland and all those other movies too. So everyone's a little emo in this movie, apparently.
Dan, you're never going to talk.
Dan who?
So, the movie begins once upon a time in Nazi-occupied France, or just sad times in New York City.
Oh God.
Tom Hanks, the eponymous Joe. Unfortunately, I forgot to mention this is not a courtroom drama, like the trial of the People versus O.J. Simpson. Joe versus the Volcano. No.
Can you imagine? There's a volcano in the courtroom.
Yeah, it's the volcano from that Pixar short or whatever.
Lava.
I lava you. Oh.
Anyway, you know who does not lava Joe? Life. Life
Literally.
sucks for him. He's working a dead-end job as a magazine ad salesman or printing manager or something. He's
It's
in
unclear.
the basement corner of this factory of this company that makes lube and artificial testicles
Okay,
and
that was
rectal
kind of
probes.
That was kind of funny. The artificial testicles had me laughing because, you know, genitalia is humorous to me. I am 12.
He hates his job. He hates that he's under these fluorescent lights all day. He's working for a boss who just yells at him and basically just yells on the phone all day. He's gray, basically. Everything is falling apart for him. His coffee creamer's chunky. He's working with other dead-end people.
Okay, the coffee, though.
Overall, life sucks.
I literally almost turned off the movie when they showed the coffee. I was disgusted.
Did you guys catch the very subtle metaphor when the first Meg Ryan asks what happened to his shoe and he says, "I'm losing my soul"? That very subtle.
I did see
very
that.
subtle metaphor.
Yes, very. This movie, the subtlety in this film is incredible. It's you have to. Multiple viewings are required to truly understand it.
Can't do it. Not the. I'm fast forwarding through the coffee scene.
And it's here we meet the first version of Meg Ryan.
She looked beautiful. She looked beautiful
she
the whole
did.
movie. And might I just say, her range in this movie was very good.
I was
Yes.
gonna say this really gave her just like the chance to just go all out, and she like totally nails it.
Because I'm not saying it's easy to play a love interest, but as an ingenue, I think it's easy to play a love interest most of the time. And she wasn't doing that in this movie. Am I wrong, Dan?
No, you're right.
It's easy to
As
be...
an ingenue myself.
Yes.
It's easy.
No, it's easy to pretend you're in love with someone. It's like, wow, that
I mean,
sounded
especially
really
if it's
dark.
Tom
Wow.
I didn't mean it like that. In a play. I mean, like in a play or a movie, not in real life.
Yes, I agree with you.
They say
But,
comedy is harder than drama, so
you know, it's even harder.
What?
Open heart surgery.
goodbye.
So the first Meg Ryan character, Dottie, the mousy secretary
So
to
cute.
yelly Mr. Bossman, whose name I'm not going to look up because I don't care.
And he's not arguing with you.
He's not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. He says that 19 times. I have the his monologue, I guess, pulled up, and it is 6 lines long of about 12 words repeated over and over. What? No, I'm not arguing with you. Can you do the job? Can you do the job, Harry? Harry, can you do the job? I'm not arguing with you.
It happened again where I said, ugh, this workplace is so toxic, and Gage said, that's the point.
But anyway, Joe has to leave because he has a doctor's appointment because he's been feeling under the weather. Is he a hypochondriac? Yes, but he's been feeling especially under the weather recently. At the doctor, his doctor tells him that he has a brain cloud. Basically, there's the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody level black mold in the middle of his brain that is spreading. It won't hurt him, but he only has 6 months to live.
And if
And right away. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say one of my favorite kind of foreshadowing events is if you look on the mantle in the doctor's office, there is a statue of a duck to imply that the doctor is a quack.
A quack, yes.
I love that. Okay, listen, I just really like ducks, and I kind of like decoy ducks. I think they're cute. So I think if I was the set dresser and they'd be like, get a duck statue, I would have spent way too much time doing that, for one
If
scene.
you really like ducks, I have a television show that I should recommend to you. You think I'll say Duck Dynasty, but I'm going to say The Sopranos.
I like The Sopranos.
There are a lot of ducks in the first few episodes.
I never noticed.
Anyway, the doctor also says that the symptoms that Joe's been having of feeling under the weather are just in his head because the brain cloud doesn't actually affect him until it kills him, apparently.
Me standing behind Joe, metaphorically going, Doctor, catch these hands.
So, also Joe had a previous life as a firefighter, which I don't believe. But anyway,
who did Tom Hanks and his cute 1980s butt lift out of a building? No one.
No, the only thing he lifted out of a building was that butt.
Tom Hanks had a cute butt back in the day, I'll say that. I was looking.
Chet Hanks has a cute butt now.
Absolutely not. Goodbye. Goodbye. I saw a meme the other day that was like, Tom Hanks could teach us all how to act, but he could not teach us how to be a parent. And I was screaming.
Do you think... Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask, do you think Tom Hanks is going to celebrate White Boy Summer? And a silence falls.
Yeah.
I think Tom Hanks... I don't know. I think his oh my, I don't even know how to answer that.
Anyway, the doctor tells Tom Hanks, you got some time left, live a little. So Joe lives a little. He tells off his boss. He quits his job.
He finally starts acting like Tom Hanks.
He does. It's wonderful. He's not a sad sack. His character remind me of, I don't know if it's the dad from Coraline. Like the real life dad from Coraline.
Okay.
Who's just gray and hunched over his computer.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I've never seen Coraline, but I have seen the meme with him.
Yeah, that tracks. I mean, basically any character who's stuck in a dead-end job in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the scene in The Producers. Unhappy, unhappy, very unhappy. I want to be a producer. That scene.
Is that Nathan Lane?
No, that's Matthew Broderick, but Nathan Lane is in the movie. He's just the one that has sex with all the old women.
Zero Mostel.
What?
So you guys don't know the
No, I know the producers.
I know vaguely the producers.
I've seen the original movie version, but I haven't seen the remake or the stage production.
I like the remake because I like Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick.
This is some Gene Wilder slander that I will not tolerate.
He's from Wisconsin, and I'm gonna roast him anyway. Right, Gene Wilder?
Your accent really came out when you said that, too.
I don't have an accent. Y'all can catch these. I actually do have an accent because all the girls at work, there's a dog named Tonka, and they all call him Tonka, but I go, Tonka!
I like when you first said Tonka, you had to struggle to say
I did. Tonka.
There's a dog named Tonka.
Well, how do you say it? Say it.
Tonka.
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 Like the trucks.
Yeah, Tonka truck.
Honk honk.
I call him a Tonka truck.
Do you say honk instead of honk?
Honk. Don't
you can't say
even.
Tonka.
Tonka. It's a Tonka truck.
We haven't even gotten through the first Meg Ryan yet.
I know.
Yeah.
Is it an accent?
We're on version 1 of Meg Ryan.
Do I have an accent? No. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Your Tad Talk.
My TED Talk. My Tad Talk. Ew. My Chad and Tad Talk.
Oh, be careful, Dan. Once we get to the montage when Tom Hanks buys all his luggage bags.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
No, he buys suitcases. Thank you. Never said the word bag in my life.
So, anyway, Tom Hanks goes on a date with Meg Ryan, number 1. Meg Ryan dressed like Elizabeth Banks as the secretary from the Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh my god, no, that just sent me into orbit. Absolutely not.
I will say, I do love how like straightforward a lot of the lines are delivered in this movie. I think that's where a lot of the comedy comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Tom Hanks or when Joe asks first Meg Ryan out, he's just like, "Oh, would you like to go on a dinner date with me?" She's like, "Yeah, sure, okay."
I literally have the exact same note. I was like, I love that. I thought it was so cute. Yeah, okay.
The date...
On the date, does anybody know what song the mariachis are playing?
No.
I didn't.
It's On the Street Where You Live from My Fair Lady. I have often walked down the street of... Oh, yeah.
You say that, and I just heard Stand in the Place Where You Live by R.E.M. Because I don't know My Fair Lady.
Oh, it's my favorite musical theater song. Fun fact. Well,
and you hate this movie? I'm shocked.
Yes, but that's my favorite. I didn't hate it. It wasn't... I won't be rewatching it anytime soon. I don't hate it. But Dan, there's a Dean Martin version of that song, and you should look it up.
Ooh,
I think you'd really like it.
I'm interested.
On the Street Where You Live, Dean Martin. That's my favorite version.
Oh, he's one of my favorite rats.
He's my favorite rat. Right after Remy the Ratatouille. I'm sorry, Dan, I'm done.
The date goes well, but afterwards, Joe explains, she asked why he's acting so differently. He's like, I have a brain cloud and I only have 6 months to live. And she's like, oh, can't handle that. Leaves.
I mean,
forgets
fair.
her keys, comes back, leaves.
Honestly,
And
I
she
think...
assumes she dies. I don't know. We don't see her again.
I think it's very fair that she's like, hey, let's not do this because that's a lot of baggage, you know?
A lot of what?
A lot of luggage.
Well, what, Anna?
A lot of baggage. But am I wrong, Dan?
No.
At least Tom
not
Hanks.
Wrong.
I mean, we got to give it up for Tom Hanks for doing the bare minimum and just letting her leave instead of like trying to coerce her.
Yeah.
To stay.
No, come back.
No, we appreciate that he, in the 1990s, respected her going, hey, this ain't gonna fly. And he said, yeah, okay. You know, like...
Yeah, if I was in your shoes, I'd probably do the same thing.
Right? I feel like I would have been like, that makes sense. Okay, see you later. Like, cool, thanks for having this nice Mexican dinner with me and listening to On the Street Where You Live, but in Spanish. Except they were changing the lyrics so much, it was like, no, it's just the place where my love lives. And I was like, bleh. I was heated. I was like, this translation is weak.
So the next day, Joe gets a visit from a mysterious, wealthy old man named Samuel Graynamore.
Dan, when I tell you I thought this man was a wizard. I was like, what is going on? I 100% thought he was going to be some sort of wizard or ghost or magician. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but I thought he was magic.
And that brings in the second imagery of a duck on his cane.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Graynamore has a proposition for Joe. There is an island called Wapani Woo.
What does that stand for, Dan?
Volcano on. Wapani Woo?
Yeah, what does it stand for?
Whoops. Although people only need it, we overproduce ostriches.
Oh, I was actually asking for the what they call it.
Oh,
What it
I
actually
thought you
stands
thought
for.
it was an acronym.
No.
I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention.
Dan's better, honestly.
It stood for or it translated to Little Island with a big volcano.
Yeah. I remember that now.
Okay, also, when you started doing the acronym, I was very confused because there's a city in Wisconsin called Waupun, and that's not how you spell it. It's like spelled Waupaun. And so I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck is he doing? Oh, no, it's... yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, he's
ranting
going
right
to
now.
the volcano in the middle of Wisconsin.
Yes.
Obviously.
We
And
have
then he'll
those.
go to Stevens Point afterwards. I don't know.
Ugh, Stevens Point, the center of the state, the town square is now paved. I had to learn a Wisconsin rap when I was in 4th grade, and that's the only line
They
I
have
remember.
a rap.
Yeah. I'll find
Doesn't
it.
seem like something that a lot of people in Wisconsin would be cool
It's an
with.
educational rap, Dan.
Was it made by Alicia Keys and Jay-Z?
No, because we're not New York City. Sorry.
In
but-
Wisconsin.
our
Lots of cheese curds and beer and more milk. There is no
No.
environment.
This is the whole song. The whole Wisconsin rap is just, I can put you in a mansion somewhere in Wisconsin. That's the whole rap. Thank you, T-Pain, for your service.
So, this island, there's a volcano that goes off once every 100 years, and they need to make a sacrifice into the volcano so that their island won't be destroyed. And Mr. Graynamore, he's like, well, they have this material, boobaroo, which is basically unobtainium from Avatar.
Not me
that he
rolling
needs-
my eyes forever.
that he needs to manufacture these superconductors that he makes, because it's just Elon Musk. Again, every
Gross.
rich guy is Elon Musk in movies,
Dude,
and
like,
they're all terrible.
When you meet Elon Musk, he sneaks slimily into the room. He's like, "Good day. Would you like to throw yourself into a volcano for me?" Aha! Like,
I mean, who do you out of Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, who do you think would most likely try to trick somebody into jumping into a volcano?
Jeff Bezos, thank you. And
Elon
full
Musk.
stop.
Elon Musk would try to, like, edgelord meme tweet someone into jumping into a
Ew.
volcano.
But Jeff Bezos would just make you pee into a bottle and like work really unnecessarily long hours and just be a dick. I'm really heated. I'm spicy in this episode. I'm literally drinking an iced tea. Like, there's no alcohol in my system. I'm just spicy tonight.
So, as part of the offer, Mr. Graymore's like, I'll give you all the money in the world that you want. You just have to jump in the next 20 days. And Joe just goes like, yeah, okay. I'll do it, sure.
Can I just say, this movie is, like, incredibly morbid. They talk a lot about, like, suicide and, like, death and...
Well,
I mean, what else were people doing in the 90s?
yeah, one of my favorite
listening
pieces of
to
trivia.
Nirvana.
One of my favorite pieces of trivia is when they screened the movie for Steven Spielberg. After it was done, he's like, "Well, we just made a $30 million art movie."
Oh, no. But,
Yeah,
like,
because, like, a $30 million movie, that's like a $100 million movie now with how movie budgets have inflated.
Yeah.
Like, good lord.
I totally understand why it didn't like do as well as it did in the 90s. I do think it was before it, like, ahead of its time. I feel like if it had came out
Yes.
now, it would have like been like an indie darling.
Yeah. And I
it
feel
would
like
have
if
been
it had come
all
out
over Sundance, you know.
Oh, it totally would have.
every theater in
Kane,
Sunday.
like-
There would have been a giant campaign to get Meg Ryan an Oscar nomination.
Yes. It would have been all
It
over
would have been
Kane.
Juno. It would have been Juno 2.0.
Wait, I freaking love Juno. You know that?
I don't, but I do now.
Fun fact, I freaking love Juno. My mom once told me that she liked that movie because the sense of humor style reminded her of my sense of humor. I don't know if that still rings true, but
If anybody is keeping track of all of Anna's fun facts, that's another one to add to your board. She loves Juno.
Dan, I swear to fucking God. I'm spicy tonight. I am spicy. I'm spicy. It's all the queso I ate.
Yeah, nothing says Wisconsin spicy like a lot of queso.
There was some jalapenos in it.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Did you know I'm fluent in Spanish?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to be the returning guest anymore.
Yeah.
Alex, you asked for this.
Yeah.
I guess.
You signed the contract. We have the papers.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm making you guys watch not very well received movies. At least the first two are. So have fun with that.
Thank you for being our karmic punishment for not keeping up with our Lenten goals.
Hey, I did, baby. I
Oh.
really absolutely did. I didn't buy a single thing online.
Wow, I did not.
Well,
My goal was to do one like active service for someone every day, and that ended after like 4 days.
see, the issue
Yeah,
is you
thanks for
aimed
my
too
active
high.
service, Dan.
Aimed too high.
Because I was like, I don't want to give up anything. I could just try and help people, even if it's just like somebody asked me to get a can for them at the grocery store that's on too high of a shelf. And then one day I was like, that means talking to people.
Not
And
in this
I hate
panorama.
this past year has made me hate interacting with people outside.
Not in the middle of a panorama, Dan.
No, not in a pan flute.
Dan,
No.
I've been waiting for you to overnight shift me a case of spotted cow, and that would have been a great active service, and he didn't do it.
What is with everybody who lives out of state trying to get some spotted cow? It's
Because
fine.
it's not available out here. It's
But,
like that.
It's fine.
It's like that thing of where like you want it more because you can't get it.
I guess.
Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise and
Put
buried
up
the
a
spotted
parking lot.
cow.
And they also took all the trees and turned them into a tree museum. Put them in a tree museum.
Not the tree museum.
Anything but that. So Joe decides to leave Staten Island and spend a night on the town in Manhattan before he gets flown out to Los Angeles. And he gets all the help in the world from his limo driver, Marshall, played by Ossie Davis,
I loved him.
who really dumps some like introspection on him immediately, because Joe, he doesn't know what clothes to wear. He's like me. He doesn't know what's fashion.
What was the line? It was like, "Okay, Joe, what clothes do you got?" And Joe goes, "These," and Marshall goes, "So you've got no clothes." And I died. I was like,
I think we can all relate most to Marshall, where he's like, I've spent years trying to figure out who I am, and I am tired.
Yeah.
he's a human Squidward. What was it? There was also the thing that was like, Tom Hanks is like, "I feel like I'm getting married," and Marshall's like, "I feel like I'm walking you down the aisle."
I'm giving you away.
That's what it was,
Yeah.
giving you away, because they're wearing their Armani suits. They
Yeah.
look sharp. Too sharp.
Tom Hanks
gentlemen.
also, that's definitely the same suit that he wore at the beginning of Splash.
I love Splash. Splamsh. It's pronounced Splamsh.
Splarch. Paul Splash Mall Cop. Anyway,
No.
as part of his shopping trip, Joe meets the world's most intense luggage salesman.
Oh my god.
One of the best
This
scenes of the movie.
man's trunks are not a job to him. Trunks are his life, and he will sell you these trunks.
I want to know if that man has any real friends. Like, even a significant other. Does he even have a dog? Like, does he have a
They're
pet?
all in trunks. He killed them. They're in trunks at his house.
Do you think he, like, was born, or do you think he just, like, showed up one day at a luggage store? Like, a high-end
I think he
luxury...
popped out of a trunk at one point.
Wow.
I think it like Trunk God and
Not Trump
the Trunk
God.
Mary. He was immaculately conceived out of a trunk.
They open a trunk and there's just an infant in there.
Would you like to purchase one?
Maybe he's like the Grinch and like two kindly old lesbians raised him, even though he's like really weird and different and looked nothing like them. But in this case, instead of two kindly old lesbians, it was two trunks. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go see The Grinch as directed by Ron Howard. It's very woke. Very progressive.
Okay. So Joe then flies to Los Angeles, where I guess in the airport we get Meg Ryan 1.5 before we get Meg Ryan number 2, because
She's
the
so-
voice of the American Airlines person is also Meg Ryan at the gate.
Can I just rewind like a few seconds back to the montage scene? Because
Sure.
I think the montages in this movie are great, and I think I was watching a video about like kind of in a more analyzation of the movie, and they talked a little bit more about like how it seems to be kind of a parody of a lot of montage scenes where like they're buying all this expensive clothes and stuff, and Joe's just buying like most of the stuff he's buying is like very practical things like an umbrella and a shaving kit and stuff that really isn't like needed, and I think that is wonderful. And it
Like
ends
a
up
bottle of water.
yeah, and it ends up like actually helping him later in the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
I was gonna
I'll
say.
fast forward. Oh no, I won't fast forward.
No, I was just gonna say Meg Ryan as a redhead, as a stone cold babe, and Gage and I were both really shook over it. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. That's all.
This is where we meet Meg Ryan number 2.
This is my favorite one.
Angelica.
Have
The
Angelica!
Flibberty Gibbet.
before we
I
talk
loved
about
her.
the Flibberty Gibbet and what that means, did anyone else? Because this is my second watch of this movie. Did anybody else? And I noticed this first. Pay attention to who was coming off the plane,
No.
No.
because
Was
it was
people
a
in
very
prison suits, or was it a band?
it was people in prison suits. There was like a papal sort of figure, some sort of religious figure. It was a very big mishmash of people, and I just noticed it in this rewatch.
Yeah, I was like, either that's prisoners or a band. Like, I had no idea.
It's either prisoners or it's Kiss, and there's no in between.
They have no makeup on yet. Kiss without their
My-
makeup is just prisoners.
Kiss has the worst Got Milk ad picture I've ever
You can't tell there's milk on their face because they all have white face paint
makeup.
on.
It's chocolate milk. It's chocolate milk, and it looks gross. And some of it's dripping off of Gene Simmons' tongue. It's the worst one. The best
Not
one
the
is
tongue.
Kermit. The best one is the Kermit one.
The best
I
one
love
is Allie
Kermit.
and AJ.
That one was hanging up in my school when I was in grade school. The Allie and AJ one.
The Kermit one is the
Kermit.
best one. He is dressed to the nines for some reason.
Googling these right now.
He's a dapper frog, and he's drinking his milk like a good boy.
Oh my god, wait. He looks like a 90s, like, sexy man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
Fabio?
no,
I
who am
think you know what you need to post on the Instagram this week, Anna.
I do. I do.
Take a look at
wow.
this 90s sexy man that really
90s
isn't
sex-
related to Joe versus the
There's an
Volcano.
image of him, like, sitting with his arms on a table, like, under his chin. And there's just a glass of milk casually nearby. He's wearing a leather jacket and, like, some denim denim pants. I was gonna say denim pants. Anyway, Kermit really looks stellar.
I know we've definitely taken a very big left turn from talking about this movie.
Talk about milk.
Well, I was going to also add, I think the two best things to decorate your house with now, and will only be decorating my house with, are Got Milk ads and the Read posters that they would put in libraries with different characters and celebrities, because those are also very good. And there's also another good Kermit one.
You guys!
Did
On
Kermit die? What are you
No,
crying about?
on the Kiss Got Milk poster, the thing above where it says Got Milk, right next to Gene Simmons' tongue, it says lick it up. I want to just hide. That was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. Look at Kermit again. On the Kermit one, it says milk isn't just for tadpoles. That's cute. Lick it up feels like a crime. Whoever wrote that should be in prison, and I am not exaggerating.
The one with Frankie Muniz, he's shirtless, and it said like "milk builds strong kids," and I was like, "Oh God."
Why was he shirtless?
There is also one with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I would like.
Oh, I'll be looking at that. Oh my god, not the Frankie Muniz one. It says want strong kids.
Oh, that's even worse. Do you want strong kids? Drink milk.
Come on down and get some. They're by the milk aisle.
Oh, the Jonathan Taylor Thomas one has me a little shook. It says, "Sure, I'm young." Wait, what the fuck? Who wrote this?
It says, "Sure, I'm young."
No,
Wait,
listen,
what the fuck?
listen. It has Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and it says, "Sure, I'm young, but I know a lot about girls. Stuff they don't even." I'm not done. Stuff they don't even know. Like 8 out of 10 don't get enough calcium. Big mistake, but easy to fix. Just get at least 3 glasses of milk a day.
That's so much milk.
It's so much. I don't even drink that much milk, and I love milk.
Hey bitch, you need some milk.
I'm not even done. There's more. It says it has lots of calcium to help bones grow strong. Of course, milk helps me too. I look older with a mustache.
Oh, God.
That's what it says. Not the fucking there, but I know a lot about girls stuff. They don't. Oh my, Jonathan.
Hey girl, you look like you got a calcium deficiency.
Hey,
there's just a guy standing outside of your high school with gallons of milk underneath his trench coat. Hey, your bones seem weak.
Hey,
you want to grow up to be strong, don't you? Drink this gallon in 3 days, because that's how much milk you should be drinking, according to the Dairy Farmers of America.
The got milk
Chug,
Jonathan
chug.
Taylor Thomas ad might be the best thing I've seen in my whole life. That was like kind of painful. Okay, let's get back to business, y'all.
What a fun tangent.
What a fun milky tangent.
Wait, I have
Missing
one more
stolen
milky
dams.
tangent. Got Milk tried to use Beyonce as a weight loss thing. It said, "Milk your diet, lose weight," underneath a picture of Beyonce, and I don't like that at all. Okay, let's get back to it, y'all.
Got me looking so milky right now. Your love's got me looking so milky right now. Yeah, milk.
Ew. Hated that.
Anyway, Meg Ryan number 2, Angelica the Flibbertigibbet.
Love her.
A Flibbertigibbet is a flighty or whimsical person who's usually a young woman.
A Flibbertigibbet, a will-o'-the-wisp, a clown. Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? There's so many musical references.
I know which one that's from. That is from The Sound of Music.
Good job, Dan.
Oh, I was thinking West Side Story because of Maria.
No, that's Maria.
Because you know the word Flibbertigibbet actually comes from the Spanish.
Spanish?
I fucking hate it here.
So, they go on a date, I guess, and it does not go well. She's a wealthy heiress who's basically just airhead, I guess. Who's the stereotype?
Yeah, kind of gets all of her success because her dad pays for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. It's okay. I also am trying to...
What?
Sometimes...
Are you trying to confess to something?
No, I'm just saying sometimes,
Are you gonna go sit in a car with Tom Hanks and contemplate suicide?
Absolutely not. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying it's okay if, you're not at a point in your life yet where you're self-reliant. It can take some time. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. These Got Milk ads have haunted me, and I'm finding it difficult to move past them. Whatever. Just ignore me. I know a lot about girls. Some things they don't even know. I'm sending you a link to the 31
You look like you're about to cry.
I feel like I'm about to cry. When we're done, I'm sending you a link to the
I wonder
31
if it's
best
because
Got
you don't
Milk
get
ads.
enough calcium.
Probably.
Yeah.
We have a history of osteoporosis in my family.
Oh, no.
Look, Anna, I know a lot about girls.
No, goodbye.
Some things they don't even know about themselves.
No.
The
Not
calcium
lot
makes their
about
bones
girls.
grow strong.
No. Not the calcium.
So, 3 glasses of milk a day.
Milk. I really don't
What?
like milk. I think changed. Let's just finish the movie, and then we can talk about milk as much as we want.
Okay.
Whether or not we have quote unquote got it, you know.
What a Wisconsin sentence that was, though. Let's finish the movie so we can talk about milk all we want. So, next day, it's the next morning, and we meet the third Meg Ryan, Angelica's half-sister Patricia.
Beautiful.
Who is the captain of the boat, their father's yacht, the Tweedledee. Its sister ship,
named
the
it?
Tweedledum, was captured by Somali pirates.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's Captain
Look at
Phillips.
me. I am the captain now. Also Tom Hanks. In case you didn't know, in case you weren't hip.
Tom Hanks was the guy who hijacked the boat?
Yes.
He has such range.
Such range. Tom Hanks played every character in this movie.
All right,
Meg
Dan.
Ryan's name might have just been on the bill, but she wasn't there. It was Tom Hanks.
No.
Dan, since you're the best at impressions, I'm gonna need you to do Tom Hanks saying "I'm the captain" now.
Oh, God. Saying that I'm the best at impressions is a really... If that's the best, we are at such a low
comparatively
bar.
to me and Anna, I mean, I don't know how good Anna's Tom Hanks is.
Terrible. Thank you for asking. It's terrible. I can't do any accents at all.
Oh, mine's just like half yelling things. Oh, come on! I'm the captain now!
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I am the captain!
Definitely a lot of oh come ons, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on! It's not good. There's a guy on TikTok that does a good Tom Hanks that I'm really jealous of. It's not a good impression of him.
It's probably
I'll
Chet
just
in
leave that there.
disguise.
Yeah,
Chet.
Colin.
No, Chet doesn't do Tom Hanks. He does Jamaican accent.
Yeah. My ringtone, or my text tone on my old phone, it was right after where Chet Hanks had apparently his coming out party to the world on Twitter at the Oscars 2 years ago.
Where he says "big ups."
Big ups, tune in! He does that. That was my text tone.
No, thank you.
Oh,
Absolutely
Chet
not.
Hanks. What a weird person. Apparently he when he was in college, he emailed like his whole class saying like, "Hey, can somebody give me the notes to this class? I'm too busy working on my rap career."
Absolutely not. I would have said, Chet, take a hike. Ugh.
Do you know what happens when Chet takes a hike up a large mountain?
Gets real high.
You could say that he walks big ups.
Oh, I hated that. I
mean,
what
what was Tom and Rita thinking naming their son Chet? Like that was bound to be a bad idea.
With such classic names like Tom and Rita, one only wonders where they went wrong, you know?
At least Colin's pretty normal.
Yeah. He is an actor, too.
He is.
I mean, his real name's Chester.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
I only know one Chester, and he's awesome, so...
he is. Oh, he has another brother named Truman.
Oh.
Colin Hanks is his half-brother. This is making a lot more sense now.
Yeah, I knew that. Now that you mentioned that, I
Yeah.
knew that was his half-brother.
Anyway, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan 3.0, they're off to a rocky start. She doesn't really know why he's on the ship. He is bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, doe-eyed, experiencing everything new in the world.
Can we also just take a look at Tom Hanks's boat outfit, the drip that he has?
He does have drip, especially when he's catching the
Fish.
No, why am I having such a brain fart? A hammerhead. When he catches the very fake hammerhead. He is literally a vibe. Like, it's a mood. I want to be on that boat, and I want to be wearing the same clothing. I want to be Tom Hanks in that moment.
Looking like a skipper.
Yes. I am a
Like
skipper.
a Long John Silver.
Looking like he's about to go on a safari.
Absolutely. Oh, God.
So,
I'm just having flashbacks to that ugly hat that he had.
The one where the brim is half
Half
Yeah,
on the
his Three
side.
Musketeers hat.
I liked that hat.
Of course you
Okay,
did. Of
I'll
course
say,
you did.
Of course I did.
Do you
I'm
think?
95 years old.
Do you think his wardrobe was all from his personal like clothing? Do you think that like he kept that, or that was like like Jeff Bridges, where he just wears his own clothes?
Oh God.
I hope it's his own clothing.
I don't know.
So after a rocky start, they do start growing closer together. Joe and Patricia do, and then there's a typhoon. This is where I would add in the dun 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 sound effect, but that would take too much time listening through the episode. So picture it in your head. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. What? A typhoon?
Why were we kissing in the rain? You know, like, I know it was romantic, but that seems like in the middle of a typhoon on a boat, I would not be struck with the mood, you know?
Hey, I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. I do appreciate how Patricia and Joe are just so like uncaring, or like they don't really
care about the other people on the
other
ship.
people who have definitely perished, who have definitely drowned. They're in their own little world. I mean, I guess Patricia was knocked out at that point, but like Tom Hanks does my favorite scene in the movie, where he dances to "Come Away with Me" or whatever that song is called.
Yeah.
Did
anybody
anybody else, when he was yelling Patricia, just hear Patricia from the Vine back in the day?
I'm not aware of that Vine.
I know kind of what Vine you're referencing.
Okay. That's fine. Never mind, I guess. Bye.
So to answer your question, no.
I guess that's just an Anna thing. Listeners, if you know what Vine I'm talking about, please hit us with a like so I don't feel alone.
Listeners, if you know that Vine, give us those big ups.
Not the big ups. If you comment big ups, listeners, I will cry. So...
Yeah, the typhoon, they get knocked off the ship. Patricia's unconscious, and lightning strikes the yacht and sinks it.
Goodbye.
God.
What was that one?
What
was the other woman's name? She had a name that made me laugh.
Dagmar?
Yes, Dagmar. Because, on, oh my God, Disenchanted. Do you watch that show?
No.
Oh, on Netflix. Anyway, one of the princesses, her name is Dagmar, so it just made me think of that.
The actress who plays Dagmar was also in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that was her?
Yeah, she was Honey Bunny in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's where I recognize her from.
And she's also Christopher Plummer's daughter.
I'm pretty sure
Amanda
she was
Plummer.
also in The Fisher King with Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges.
Yes, and most importantly, The Hunger Games Catching Fire.
No. Not catching fire.
So now we enter the castaway portion of the film, or I guess the unbroken portion of the film, where they're adrift at sea,
which I think is probably just it's probably one of my favorites, just because it's just Tom Hanks just hanging out, just having some fun.
Hanging out, yeah. He's having his fun. He's dancing to the music because he has his radio.
I did love the Gulf. If you have.
It was a long range radio that he bought in the
in the montage.
I was about to say something. I was about to throw some hands over the continuity of this film.
Everything he bought in the montage he uses when he's adrift at sea.
I do like when he's playing golf on top of the luggage. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. And somehow Meg Ryan doesn't wake up for like a week.
Yeah, is she good? Like, hey girl.
And then when she wakes up, she's totally fine, and Tom Hanks is near death.
He's crusted, busted, and dusted.
Save the water. Yeah. Save the water for her.
Yeah, he gives all the water to her, and then he just gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah, also has talks to God.
He does a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not saying that you should save all of the water for your lady friend, but I am saying what a nice gesture. But in real life, don't do that shit. But in the movie, what a nice gesture, you know?
I mean, he even set up a little umbrella for her.
It was cute.
Yeah.
I did think that was really cute because she would have been burnt to a crisp otherwise. And I know he was burnt to a crisp, but I don't know. It seemed very nice.
All I know
Yes.
is when I get to the clubs, because you know me, always clubbing, I'm going to be using
Big
that, like,
club man.
that dance where he's, like, searching, he's got his, like, hand above his eyes.
No, I'm scared. I don't even live in LA and I'm scared.
You're gonna go up to the DJ at the club and be like, "Hey, can you play that song from Joe Versus The Volcano? You know the one."
Bust out my best Tom Hanks moves.
The club clears out.
Bring out the big rollout piano so I can recreate
God.
Pig.
So, Meg Ryan, she wakes up. She is touched by Joe's sacrifice.
I
and
also
of
would've
course, she wakes up just in time for them to drift to the island. Ugh.
She missed all of it otherwise. She's gone. How do you know? Okay, now listen. Hear me out. When I'm sleeping, I tend to roll.
I think
How
I
did
think
she
she was
not roll
more
into the ocean?
I think she was more in a concussion induced
I think she was in a light coma there. I don't think she was dreaming.
I just thought she was sleeping, so...
For 7 days?
Maybe she was really tired. Maybe if I woke up and I saw that this loser's just searching to the music, I'm gonna be rolling back over pretending I'm asleep.
So you're saying she woke up, saw Tom Hanks dancing, and was like, not about it, and then
Yeah.
pretended
That's
to be
correct.
asleep.
That is correct. That is what I said.
I acknowledge your theory.
Thank you.
It's wrong.
No.
She was functionally dead. You don't roll over when you're functionally dead.
You never know.
Unless somebody says, Beethoven's turning in his grave or something. Again, that's the best
I heard
metaphor I could come up with.
if you're dead and your body's releasing gases, how do you know you don't release such a powerful gas that it rolls you over?
So you're saying that Meg Ryan had a
Power
gas.
farted her way?
Yeah.
It's entirely possible. I'm not ruling it out.
Anna, you should watch a movie called Swiss Army Man because that actually happens.
Isn't
that the movie with Daniel Radcliffe where he plays a dead person the whole time?
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe plays a dead person who his farts lift him into the air, and his penis is used as a compass.
I absolutely hate this already, but I will definitely watch it.
Anyway, it's time for Act 3 of the movie with the tribe.
Hate
it. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan have drifted to the Wapani's island, and they are treated to a grand feast featuring a lot of Nathan Lane yelling and Abe Vigoda talking literally directly to the camera.
Wait. Okay, no, never mind. That comes next. Never mind.
Yeah, so Abe Vigoda, he's got this doll. His name is Chief Toby. He has this doll that basically is their hope. So he can't jump in, and none of the other people want to jump in, but they need someone to go. And still, after all this, Joe's like, yeah, sure. Still gonna do it.
Do you think that in real life, if this was a real tribe, it probably would have been viewed as like a great honor to be chosen to be the one jumping into the tribe? So people would probably be like really chomping at the bit to do it.
Yeah, it'd be like the Jellicle Ball.
I was thinking more like an Aztec sacrifice, but
No, Jellicle Ball is definitely more in tune to what's going on here.
Yeah. Tom Hanks is the Jellicle Cat.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Chet Hanks as Rum Tum Tugger, please. No, he'd be Skimbleshanks.
Yeah.
I love Skimbleshanks.
Who doesn't? Skimbleshanks is the best cat.
He is.
Yeah,
I
he
had a
likes
cat in
trains.
college named Skimbleshanks. Technically, he was Cassie's, but I lived with him. So
Did he work on the railway and make everyone late?
he made me late many a day because he was really cute and I never wanted to get up if he was cuddling with me. But he did not pull his weight, I'll tell you that much. There were no railways in sight.
Damn.
At this point in the movie, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, they basically declare their love for each other.
Seems a little fast, but okay.
Yeah, this is basically her way of trying to get him to stop. But also, you know what? If Meg Ryan ever smiled at me, I would immediately fall in love with her too. She has just the most wonderful smile.
She seems very cute.
Also, Tom
movie.
Hanks was like previously hit with a bunch of fish.
That's true. He
and
was
his
getting
toes
smacked
were
by
like
fish.
nibbled on. I hated that scene. I was like,
We got our third duck as well that was laughing at him while he was being abused by the ponies.
yes.
Yeah, as Meg Ryan is being treated like a queen.
Yes.
Yeah, hers
She's
looked
in a throne.
really fun. Her stuff looked great, and I would love to, like, you know, be a part of that. But not the octopus on the face and the toe tickling. Absolutely not. That.
What about the
looked
fish
awful.
beating?
Yeah, no, thank you. Sometimes fish have really sharp fins. You can cut your finger on it pretty easily.
I
When
mean,
was little.
Tom Hanks do dress real nice though in the final.
He does. He looks great.
He does.
But yeah, when I was little, my dad always told me be careful of their fins because the fins are sharp.
That sounds like the
so I
most
go fishing.
Midwest dad advice probably ever given.
Well, if you're fishing, you know, you gotta grab it. You gotta make sure the fins are down so it doesn't slice you.
Sure.
I didn't know that.
Did anybody else's grandma have a table specifically for scaling fish? Or is
No.
that just like a me thing?
I think that's just a you thing.
We grew up in society.
Yeah,
So did I.
we lived in a civilized neighborhood.
Last summer.
There were grocery stores near us that had fish scaled there.
Last summer, I went up north with Gage's family, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna be at a lake house. Are you gonna be bored?" And I was like, "No, it'll be fun. I like to fish. I like to swim in lakes. Blah 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 blah." And I wanted to fish, and Gage's dad was like, "Okay, we got some night crawlers, but you're gonna have to bait your own hook." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And so Gage's uncle presented me with a butter knife, and I was slicing up night crawlers with the butter knife and baiting my own hook, and that was very horrifying to a lot of Gage's family. They were like, "Are you good?" I was like, "Oh yeah." Like, what?
Oh yeah, I do this every day just for
Like-
fun. I take a nightcrawler, smash it in half, say
You
I'm
don't
your god, and then
smash it
stick
in
it on a
half.
hook.
You use a knife, and you just cut off one part at a
Meanwhile,
time.
I went to the Ralphs across the street and got a fish without having to do the work.
Well, this one I had to throw
talked to the
back.
fish man at sunset.
There's nothing wrong with learning to fish. You know what they say.
Teach a man to fish, and
And
he'll
he'll-
be like, "Hey,
Wait.
I got a new profile picture for my Tinder."
Okay. No, wait. There was definitely a picture of me holding a fish on my Tinder.
Oh, wait, that gives me an idea. If, in the words of Jonathan Taylor Thomas, instead of holding up a picture of a fish, you should hold up a glass of milk.
Do it on your Tinder, but send pics. Like, I want to know how people are replying, you know?
That way the ladies know that you know more than they do about
No,
themselves.
no, not the mansplaining my calcium intake.
I
That should
know
be
a
your
lot about
that should be the
women.
bio. I know more than you because I drink milk.
Literally, what are the odds? Okay, Alex, are you
Yo.
single?
Yes.
Okay, what are the odds on your Tinder profile? You'll change it to just the paragraph on the Jonathan Taylor Thomas got milk. That's it. That's the whole bio.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, I want screenshots of how that goes for you.
Okay.
I hope it's a conversation starter.
I'm picturing the Jonathan Taylor Thomas thing, but Alex, I do think that you should do that without context, and then somebody asks, don't explain. But I'm just picturing the Jonathan Taylor Thomas got milk with. I know a lot about women, sometimes even more than they do. Like, for example, they need a lot of omega-3s in their life to make sure that their hair
Not
stays
fucking
thick.
fish oil.
That's why they should eat 3 fish a day.
Oh God, I would rather.
And he's just
no.
got fish guts on his upper lip.
Oh, scales.
So there's still the last minutes of the movie that we have to
yeah,
talk about.
let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, Dan.
They fall in love, and she's like, "Marry us, Chief." And the Chief's like, "Okay, seems quick, but sure." And then she's like, "I'm not gonna leave my husband." And Joe's like, you should leave. She's like, no. They're like, okay. So then they jump in the volcano together. And then they bounce like Mario in Super Mario 64 when he lands on the lava. And he goes, wah!
Literally.
That's what the lead singer of Disturbed is trying to do.
I mean, inspiration comes in all forms.
He's doing a Mario impression. Now I get it.
Yes.
I feel like shit. Wah!
Woohoo!
When you're losing your game that you've been trying to beat for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it happens to be Mario Paper World.
What?
I don't know,
Mario
Dan.
Paper World?
Anna's
Yeah,
trying to
like,
be
isn't
relatable.
I'm trying to meme. You guys have just made... I'm old. You guys have made fun of my accent. I don't know anything about Mario. This is awful.
Yeah, it's like you're being bullied by a bunch of 11-year-olds.
Ugh. Wait, can I tell you my favorite Mario joke?
Yes.
Why does it look like it's physically hurting you not to say it?
Mario went to the courts after he got a ticket, and he asked what he had to pay, and the judge said, $100. It's a fine. And Mario said, no, it's a not. It's a fine. No, it's a not.
And Anna has been broken.
I got up at 5:30 this morning. I literally don't know what you want from me.
Hey, I was still awake when you woke up.
Ew, gross.
And then there was an
Why?
earthquake. Whee!
No, because you make my earthquake.
Yeah.
Do you know why there was an earthquake?
Tectonic
Because
plates.
the volcano erupted and sunk the island.
Correct.
Yes.
But don't worry, Joe and
More deaths that Joe and Patricia
do not worry
do
about.
not care
They even
about.
mention it. They're like they're all basically dead. Yeah.
That's not really a happy ending, y'all. That's pretty
No, it says they
catastrophic.
live happily ever after at the end. It is a happy
Pretty
end.
catastrophic.
Almost. They're safe on the steamer trunks, and then Patricia's like, that wasn't a real doctor. That's my dad's doctor. That's like a fake doctor that you got sent to. You don't have any brain fog, you idiot. You didn't even get a second opinion.
I feel like
And
at
then
that
they
point-
live happily ever after.
I feel like after those lines, they should have just both looked at the camera with giant smiles on their face while that Always Sunny music plays underneath.
Just like it just zooms into Tom Hanks' face while the Curb theme plays.
That's
Yeah.
what it was, the Curb theme. Oh,
And that is Joe versus the volcano.
We made it,
Literally,
guys.
it does say they all live happily ever after.
Yes.
I
And it
hated
is
it.
I think it is criminally underrated. I think the Metascore and the IMDb score are too low. I think it is a very good movie.
Well, Alex, we have to check the Letterboxd score to see how like-minded people think.
It's a
about it.
3.2.
Not the
I already
Letterboxd
checked.
Score. Oh,
Okay.
I would. I personally very much enjoyed this film, but I'm also a film boy, like indie person, and it was very odd and unique. So that's probably why I liked it a lot more. Because definitely not for a general audience, especially one that is. I don't know if this came out before Sleepless or You've Got
This
Mail.
came out before
Before.
Sleepless
Yeah.
in Seattle.
So
Yeah.
I guess if it had come out after, people would have not probably gotten what they were looking for in a Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks rom-com.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was good that this was the first one. Because then people could be like, well, Sleepless in Seattle was more what I wanted, as opposed to that hot mess that I watched before.
Like, imagine your grandma watching all of the Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks rom-coms.
You mean me? Me watching all of them?
Yeah, basically Anna, but like you could already know she'd be like, yeah, I like Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. Joe versus the Volcano was interesting.
It made me think about my mortality a lot, and I didn't like that.
It's really not a rom-com. It's a dark comedy. Like
I guess.
It's a com, but it's not a rom.
it's a decom.
It's a decom. Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off followed by Joe versus the Volcano.
It
love
has
a
the
double
name of a
feature.
decom.
That's true.
Of like a late 90s decom.
Yeah.
I
that's
deadass
true.
thought that's what you guys were gonna have me watch. I thought I was gonna turn this on and it was gonna be some low budget Disney Channel movie.
Well, get ready for Heavyweights because that's kind of it's a Disney Channel or it's a Disney movie. It's not Disney Channel original.
Is Tom
But it is
Hanks
a
in
Disney
it?
movie. No, but
Ben
Paul
Stiller is.
Paul Feig is too. A very young Paul Feig that I did not know was Paul Feig till halfway through the movie.
We love Paul Feig.
It's also written by Judd Apatow, and apparently, who's that one? Leslie Bibb, is that her? Who's
That's
in a lot
his
of
wife.
yeah.
Leslie Mann
Apparently,
is
on
his
their
wife.
first date,
Leslie Mann is his
Leslie
wife?
Mann, yes,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
it. On their first date, Judd Apatow showed her heavyweights to try to impress her.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah. I met Judd Apatow once.
I saw
In
him.
a stairwell at Marquette University. He laughed at one of my jokes.
Look
I'm
at you.
so in.
Okay, flex
this
on
was
us.
4 years ago and he doesn't remember me, but I'm so in.
But flex on us. That's cool.
About Joe versus the Volcano, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I liked the first 2 acts.
Yeah, you're.
I don't think the romance worked very well, but the comedy did.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
I
think-
wish he had ended up with Angelica.
Oh.
Is that it?
That's
You guys both got really quiet.
that's
I
an
just thought they were
opinion.
cute. I loved her.
Yeah, I mean, you're just the Ebert. Anna's the Siskel. Anna's the Siskel. You're the Ebert, and I'm just.
Are you Roper? Are you Richard Roper?
I'm just a devoted fan.
Not a devoted fan.
I really like this movie, and
What?
that's
I
why.
mean, everyone's allowed to like what they like.
Wow. Okay.
I don't mean that in a
That was
mean way.
Wow.
No. I just mean like I love A Walk to Remember.
No, Walk the Line. That's the Johnny Cash one.
Yes, no,
That's
A
the
Walk
Johnny
to Remember is
Cash
the
one.
cancer one.
Speaking of Johnny Cash, in my Guitar Hero band, he plays the drums.
Goodbye. This podcast is over.
I also have a question that I've been wanting to ask you. What Meg Ryan do you think we all are?
Wow.
And like, let's say we can't like be the same Meg Ryan. We all have to be a different
Yeah.
Meg Ryan.
It's basically what we're trying to figure out is who do we want to force into the Angelica role?
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to be Angelica, and I didn't want to say it because I thought we were all going to be fighting over her. It's me. I'm Angelica.
Okay.
Which one? Remind me who Angelica is again?
She's the redhead.
The redhead, the Flibberty Gibbet. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit of a hot mess sometimes. I'm not like daddy's money a hot mess. I'm my own money hot mess, but I'm still a hot mess.
I feel like, Alex, you would be Dottie.
Is
Yeah.
that the first
Dee Dee.
Meg
The
Ryan?
Dee Dee,
receptionist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dee Dee.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Are you Patricia, Dan, with your flowing
I'm
blonde hair?
I'm the flowing blonde hair. I'm the strong, independent woman. I'm
I knew
long-term Meg Ryan.
I think this is all based on willingness to jump in a volcano. I think each Meg Ryan is
Oh,
more...
wait, then I would be... Oh, no, I'm Sleepless in Seattle, Meg Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm not
me
even
too.
in this movie.
I think each Meg Ryan is closer to wanting to jump into the volcano because you get Dee Dee, who's like doesn't want to do anything with death. You get Angelica, who is contemplating suicide.
Wait, no, I'm not contemplating suicide, though.
Because you're
I
losing
make
your
jokes
sight,
about-
losing your mind. Wish somebody would tell you you're fine.
I mean, like, I sing a lot of emo songs. I guess that counts.
Sure.
And, like, I say I'm deceased all the time. That's how I'll connect it. You know, she's morbid, but, like, I just say I'm dead all the time.
Some trivia. There's very little trivia about this. That I can
No way.
find. Shocking.
It was probably all written by Alex.
This was Nathan Lane's second film appearance.
Love him.
I don't know what his first was. I didn't look that up. It is long rumor that John Patrick Shanley has a no rewrites clause in his contract before he agrees to work on any movie.
I hate that.
But this was the only movie that actually had that clause because it was only granted because he was the director.
I hate that, though. What if something's really bad, like this whole film?
I mean, John Patrick Shanley is very hit or miss when it comes to movies, it seems.
It was
Yeah,
interesting.
He's very doubt and moonstruck or miss.
Yeah.
And dinosaurs. We're
We're
back
back.
in dinosaur than ever.
Yeah, he definitely probably has a lot more success on the stage than he does in the movie world.
Yeah. Lloyd Bridges, who plays Grey Namor, is Jeff Bridges and Beau Bridges' father.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then Meg Ryan's characters are supposed to symbolize the changes of the same woman someone met during its life, according to the filmmakers. If you can unpack what that sentence is supposed to mean, you have gotten a perfect score on the English portion of your SAT. That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it might.
Say it again, please.
Yeah. I didn't change any of the words. Meg Ryan plays 3 different characters.
Gotcha.
They are meant to symbolize the changes of the same woman someone met during its life, according to the filmmakers.
Okay, I think I understand what it's trying to say. I think it's trying to say that it's worded awfully, but it's basically trying to say it represents one specific woman changing like throughout their life, basically. So like, so I think that goes back not as dour of like the more contemplative of suicide for each Meg Ryan, but like you get the first Meg Ryan who's still stuck in that dead end job, not really wanting to take this leap of faith and like do things for them and like be their own person. And then you get the second Meg Ryan who's trying to do things for themselves but can't like get out of that bubble of like, you know, she's trying to be like an artist and a poet and stuff, but really her only success comes from her dad because her dad owns that restaurant and that's where her art is hanging and stuff. And then you get the last Meg Ryan who goes on into this trip and makes the leap of faith and is finally this independent person. So it kind of is the same thing with Joe as well, who kind of has the same story arc.
Okay.
Hannah doesn't like my theory about that.
No, I don't dislike your theory. I think whoever wrote that has never talked to a woman in their life. Like, I have gone through changes in my personality because that's what happens, but I really don't think, like, I would be
Maybe it's
I'm
just
using my literal brain and not my movie vision
maybe
metaphorical brain.
Maybe each Meg Ryan represents how many glasses of milk she has in a day.
I was just gonna say, do you think this is a metaphor for the amount of calcium you're supposed to take in with each meal?
Yeah, first Meg Ryan is 1 milk a day, 1 glass of milk a day. Second Meg Ryan is 2, and third is 3 glasses of milk a day.
And that's when you reach your peak Meg Ryan.
That is.
That's when you have enough calcium. Your
That
bones
is-
are fortified.
That is top
when
Meg
you-
Ryan.
When the osteoporosis isn't even coming near you.
Yeah. Alex,
Yeah, what's up?
who is your favorite actor or actress?
John
You said
Candy.
this before, but John Candy.
Who
With
you
this
mentioned
movie-
you mentioned Paul Blart, and I didn't say it, but I'm gonna go back to it. Do you think that if John Candy was still alive, he would play Paul Blart?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think Kevin James would have a career.
I feel like
Kevin
John
James is
Candy
the poor
walked
man's.
so Kevin James could run.
Yeah, and John Candy is way better at comedy than Kevin James. Okay, that's all.
Maybe John Candy ran so Kevin James could walk.
Good segue.
Good segue.
Okay, that's all I had. Anyway, yes, my favorite actor is John Candy.
Better, worse, or the same with John Candy as, I guess, Tom Hanks?
Wow. Splash, is that you?
As much as I love John Candy, I do think Tom Hanks fits the role very well. I think John Candy kind of already plays sort of like a a person who's sort of a free spirit, I guess, who just kind of does whatever they want. Like he's just always very like, you know, himself. You don't really get a lot of range with John Candy, I guess I'll say. Which is why I love him. I think even though he kind of just plays sort of this like kind of big doofus, I think he plays it very well, and it always makes me laugh. Yeah. I think Tom Hanks is a better choice. Although there is another movie with Tom Hanks and John Candy called Volunteers, and it's not good. And we tried watching it and we couldn't finish it.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
I guess I'll stick to Splash then.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Anna, better, worse, or the same? Jonathan Taylor Thomas's milk mustache.
No, not I thought you were going to say Jonathan Taylor Thomas and 3 glasses of milk.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas as the trunk salesman? I don't know.
Better.
He doesn't fit in this movie at all.
Superb. I think he as a milk salesman. There's no
I
room
know
for
a lot
him in
about
this
women.
movie. No, not the women. Don't leave the women out of this, please. We don't want.
He brought them in.
JTT, we don't want. You know, he didn't write that. He just posed for the picture, and some creepy old neckbeard wrote it. Anyway,
This man is a Harvard graduate. He's written everything that he's ever appeared near.
False.
Every episode of Home Improvement, all his lines written by him. That's
Probably.
how it works.
Another really good Got Milk ad shows Shrek doing a very good slam dunk
hate that.
in a basketball jersey.
What Mad Lib ass sentence was that?
I hate it.
Another good Got Milk ad shows Shrek doing a slam dunk.
A very good slam dunk.
A very good
I used the same
slam dunk.
adjective because I forgot that I used the first
You did.
adjective first.
Hate it.
It's a very good slam dunk, and I'm really glad that Shrek got his milk. There's also one with the cast of Everybody Loves Raymond, and all of them have milk mustaches except for Brad Garrett, and he looks very upset.
That makes sense.
Better, worse, or the same with Jimmy Stewart as the old,
The old
dude,
man, the
the
wizard.
old man. I'd love it.
The
yeah,
magician?
Yeah,
I could see that.
maybe better. Why not? Why not? So Alex, on a scale of 1 to 5, casually shrugging off the death of thousands of people that you've recently come across, what do you give the movie?
Honestly, I'm at a strong 4, more leaning towards a 4.5. I very much enjoyed this movie.
Okay, I'm gonna give my rating before Anna gives her rating because I'm really interested in what number she gives. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5, or 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Good.
Not groundbreaking. Sometimes I thought the soliloquies
think-
were a little too self-congratulatory.
I
Like,
think-
I'm such a good writer.
Yeah, I think for the time it was groundbreaking.
Yeah, I guess for like a mainstream movie.
For
like
a
this.
mainstream movie, yeah, I think it definitely, like, obviously, like, there's a lot of metaphors that are very, like, on the nose and stuff, but I think for what it was trying to do, I think Roger Ebert said it best, where it's like, it's a very different movie and feels very original, and I think especially during that time.
Yes.
was-
Speaking of very different rating,
Hi.
what do you give it?
Now, listen. First act, 0. I did not like the first act. Second act, 5. I love Angelica. Third act, 3. It got weird. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5 overall.
That's higher than I expected you to give it, honestly.
That's pretty decent.
You know, maybe it's because
But
of
that's
the
a
friends I
bad
made
rating
along
for
the
you.
way.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's
Yeah.
'cause
Wait, what
I
did
had a
you
good
what
time.
did you give Blues Brothers 2000? Because you definitely gave it a higher rating before I yelled at you.
I don't remember. I honestly do not remember. Sometimes when I give the rating, I have like no logic behind it. I'm just saying what feels right. You know, I'm vibing over here.
You black out and the spirit of the rating comes out and answers the
Yes.
question.
Yes, pretty much. The spirit of Tom Hanks be with me tonight, even though he's alive.
So that's it for Joe versus the Volcano. We will be back next week again with Alex.
Hello.
No, just
He'll be
kidding.
back.
We like Alex. I like Alex.
You hear that, Alex?
I'm liked.
It's the only time you're ever gonna hear it. So don't get used to it.
Someone hasn't had their glass of milk today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's darn right. My bones are brittle.
We will be back next week talking about another 90s comedy that Alex believed does not get as much love as it should. It is Heavyweights,
Yes.
which is available streaming more places than Joe Versus The Volcano is.
Yeah, Joe
I had
versus
to
the
pay
Volcano
for
had
this.
like a month stint on HBO Max, I think, and then they took it off because I don't think anybody watched it.
Sir, I had to pay 3 whole doll hairs for this movie.
I'm upset because I also rented it. I paid like $3 to rent it, and then I forgot right after I rented it that I have it on VHS, and I have a VHS.
Oh my gosh.
Not the VHS.
It's like, dang it.
This is the second movie I'd rented in 2 days, because the day before I'd watched Dirty Dancing. So
Well, Heavyweights is on Disney Plus.
Yes,
Perfect.
so it's easy to get. So
Love
tune
that.
in for that. In the meantime, if you would like to support In Conclusion, you can do so on Facebook and Twitter at In Conclusion, on Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast. We have a Patreon where you can give us money, and we will allegedly give you stickers at some point.
Dan, stop coming for me. I was really overwhelmed with life. I'm finally back on track, y'all.
At patreon.com/inconclusion. But the best way you could support us is by telling your friends and spreading the word and getting us more people to listen, and also leaving us a review and a rating on iTunes, hopefully 5 stars. Anything less, and I will come to your house with a baseball bat. I won't do
Or
anything. I'll just be there.
hands. I'll show up with
Anna's
these
hands are honestly much scarier than me with a baseball bat. I have no
hands.
coordination.
People who don't know what I look like probably think that I'm like actually big and intimidating, but I'm just a small bean with noodle arms and pencil legs.
And bad bones.
Bad bones.
What is it from SpongeBob? Glass bones and paper skin. Every
Yeah.
morning yeah.
Oh my God, Anna, you need to get a motorcycle and get a leather jacket with a embroidered patch that says "Bad Bones."
I would get that. I have a denim jacket with a bag of trash with sexy legs, and it says "hot garbage."
Nice.
That's awesome.
I would love for you to create a biker gang called the Osteoporosis Gang.
I would. Squad goals.
Alex, if you want people to find you, where can they find you?
I actually have something to plug.
Ooh.
I'm on TikTok now.
And it's great. Your TikToks are great.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm
I've been making
follow.
some comedy TikToks. And some of them are no, all of them are very dumb, but my friends have said that it has made them laugh, so I take that in stride. So you can follow me
Beautiful.
at Alex Langosch, AlexLangosch. I have not posted in a couple weeks, but I have ideas and I'm gonna film them soon.
Bless.
Wonderful. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at DanO'Keefe86. I also have a TikTok that I won't plug. Go find it. I dare you.
You can just find it in my following.
Yeah, it's not difficult. I've plugged it on earlier episodes. Anna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at OptimusPrime818. I have a TikTok too, but I usually just use it to watch, and sometimes I use it to like duet with accompaniment.
A condiment?
Accompanists, like pianists who record on TikTok, and I just like to sing with it. So like, I don't know. Don't follow me on there. Sometimes I post dumb stuff for fun. I mostly just want to watch dog videos and live my life. That's all. Or you can follow me on Twitter at AutobotsRollout, capital O for Auto, capital B for bots, capital R for roll, and the O and out are zeros.
I was waiting. There are set beats at the end, Anna. I can't say my
And
next
the O
line
and
until
roll
you
and
finish.
the O and out are zeros.
Awesome! We'll be back next week for Heavyweights. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, wear a mask, get vaccinated. Bye-bye!
Bye!
See you next week.
If his ass doesn't look like the penguin, I don't want it, okay?